Welcome back to the Benning Report. If you've been around Fort Benning long enough, you've probably heard the stories. The tales of men who patrol for days on end and all through the night, deep in the woodlines, in the mountains, and the swamplands with little food and no sleep. Men who push themselves to their physical and mental limits, all to earn a coveted black and yellow tab that says Ranger, and to become the next generation of military leaders. In this edition of Live Fire, our Ron Andruss begins a new series on Ranger School. It's an exclusive, in-depth look at the stuff Army Rangers are made of. Ron?
That's right, Jen. Its reputation definitely precedes itself, and for darn good reason. Ranger School is everything they say it is and a whole lot more. Now, in order to tell this story correctly, I must start at the beginning, here at Camp Butler, Fort Benning, Georgia, home of the Warrior Training Center, and a place where, for many Ranger students, the story begins.
You know, everybody wants to be a Ranger, but not everybody can be. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Welcome to Pre-Ranger. It's a course designed to get Ranger students up to speed and provide the tools to succeed in one of the most challenging leadership courses in all the military, Ranger School.
Our main goal is to prepare people for the rigors and stresses of Ranger School, but you know, at the same time, we're saving the Army money by sending only the best and most qualified students to 4th RTB.
Pre-Ranger prepares the students for success by mirroring the first phase of Ranger School. They receive the same instruction and perform the same tasks, all to the same Ranger standards.
We teach the same classes that they teach at 4th RTB, so they've had all the classes once, so they have a better knowledge and understanding of how everything works. So when they get down there like, oh yeah, I've had this, it's all more familiar to me now, so I can help out my buddies a little bit more, or you know, things like that. So it just sets them up for success.
The students are required to pass the minimum Ranger physical fitness test of 49 push-ups, 59 sit-ups, and a 5-mile run in 40 minutes or less. They're also evaluated at the combat water survival test, land navigation, ranger stakes, obstacle course, patrols, and peer evaluations.
I thought it was just going to be a gentleman's course where this is what's going to happen at Ranger School. These are some things we need to teach you with, mostly technical things. No, this is straight immersion in what's going to happen. And that's good, because these soldiers are going to leave here already knowing what the first phase of Ranger School is going to be like. They're already going to have a great idea of what, op orders are, what warning orders are, what the battle drills are, and the, actions on the objective. That's going to help them succeed at Ranger School.
Ranger School is probably the most challenging 2.5 months a student will ever face, both personally and professionally. So come fit, motivated, and mentally prepared.
It's difficult, but if you're physically prepared, your mind's in the right place, injuries are less, it all starts with the physical preparation, and we'll help you get to where you need to be. If you're physically ready and you're mentally ready, then we can help you do the rest.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and even the Coast Guard. Pre-Ranger is available to all MOSs from all services of the military and comes highly recommended.
I think you're foolish to say, I can just go to Ranger School and pass it. To have this opportunity to come for 2 weeks and learn everything ahead of time and get in the right mindset to go, it's a great opportunity.
I think that any pre-Ranger student is going to be head and shoulders above anybody who just walks on to Ranger School.
If you're coming to Ranger School, do yourself a favor and sign up for the Pre-Ranger course here at the Warrior Training Center and increase your chances to complete your mission. The command staff, cadre, facilities, and program here are all top of the line and will lead the way and help you to succeed.
Ron, are all Ranger students required to go through the Pre-Ranger course?
No, not all students. Right now, just the National Guard is required to take and pass Pre-Ranger. But all the students I talked to who weren't required to take it and did, highly recommend it to all future Ranger students. Trust me, you want to make your mistakes here in Pre-Ranger. You don't want to recycle down in Ranger School.
So what happens with the students who don't pass Pre-Ranger?
Well, for those whom the course is required, we'll either recycle and take it again, or they'll go home back to their units. For everyone else, they'll move right up the road here to Camp Rogers and begin Ranger School, the Benning phase. And I'll be there for the next installment of Live Fire to bring you all the action.